Welcome back, Maverick traders. Welcome out to your currency recap for February 12th. Corey here with you. Let's jump into it. We're going to take a look at what meaningful news is out there, anything that can impact the commodity, the currency landscape. We're going to look at some charts together. Specifically, there is some real aggressive price action in crypto. We'll always highlight our best ideas, and we've got some ideas for you today.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional Forex and crypto traders. Maverick Currencies is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional Forex and currency trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
So as we look at markets, kind of an interesting day because there wasn't really much moving in currencies with the exception of crypto. Stocks are quiet today. FX was quiet. Now we know stocks have been on a run, but crypto was just full on risk on mode. But I think it's part of a bigger picture. I think what we're seeing is kind of a Goldilocks scenario where everything aggressive risk on is running together, and that sets up a blow off top. And specifically in stocks, I'd be watching for a really elevated level where stocks just explode higher, and then a big what we call a capitulation, where basically you have this huge day. Maybe the equity markets are up 3% on the day, something like that. That should be the finishing touch, kind of the exclamation point at the end of this run. CPI is out tomorrow. I think this should remind people. Now remember, the Fed has two mandates: to keep full employment and to have price stability. Well, the employment picture is not a problem because the employment picture is very strong, but price stability, look, CPI is still up in the 3%. It's still well above the 2% target. So they cannot really say that they've beat inflation, that it's all over with. And inflation can remind the markets of that. So tomorrow will be interesting as that data comes out. As we look at currencies, again, there's not much happening there. Kiwi a little bit weaker, but ultimately that's a quiet sideways day to start the week. Crypto is where there was some momentum, up 3.36% on the day. Really big move in crypto markets. And if we break crypto down, it was Ethereum up 6% that really jumped. And I think that that was a short covering rally where people are caught on the wrong side of the trade. I'm surprised that these things are taking off the way they are. I'm not shocked by any means, but certainly you're getting some whipsaws because crypto had been in an uptrend, then it went kind of more to a downtrend. Now it's trying to break back. I would call it trendless. Right now we're seeing volatility, and it's just really whipsawing back and forth. So be a little bit careful within crypto at the moment. Equity markets, like we said, they continue higher, but watch for some sort of big capitulation moment. I'm envisioning a scenario where they call it a parabolic curve. If you were looking at this, the curvature starts to go vertical. And so you're already kind of seeing that, where see how prices are more vertical. So here's kind of a normal slope, and then it gets vertical. And then at the finishing move, it gets really vertical. Maybe you run up here and there's this huge bullish candle. That should be the signal of all signals. We call it a capitulation moment. The bears just throw in the towel. There's short covering. There's all of the pile on buying. And the final buyers are pushed in. And then there's ultimately nowhere to go but kind of back down in the short run. So watch for that big ramp to the upside and that finishing touch on the end of this move. CPI out tomorrow. Expectations are for this annualized CPI to be at 2.9%. Fed's target again is 3%, so still above where they would like it to be, but certainly has been trending in the right direction. We also have core retail sales, regular retail sales out on Thursday. And then we've got PPI, Producer Price Index, on Friday. So There are some things, but certainly out of all of those, you'd anticipate that CPI will have the most eyeballs and the most potential for impact in currencies, equities, and a variety of these different markets. Now, as we look at different areas of the market, you have to give strength and credit where credit's due. From a velocity standpoint, nothing is stronger than crypto. From a weakness standpoint, you've got the yen and the Swiss franc over here on the weaker side. But if we break down currencies a little further, I find something in the British pound to be interesting. Now, I don't know if I'll trade it or not, but here's what I'm seeing. So this is a chart of pound Kiwi, GBP, NZD. If you buy this, you're going long the British pound and you are shorting the New Zealand dollar. The reason this is interesting, it popped up on one of my personal scans. We don't have Bollinger Bands on here, but if they were, you've hit this, and I guess I should draw that a little bit better. You've hit the lower Bollinger Band down here. You're still above this 50-period moving average. So it's been in a little correction mode. Also, if you adhere to Elliott wave theory, it's kind of an ABC, a 1, 2, 3 style correction. It has all the elements of a push lower and then a resumption of the uptrend. This is pound Kiwi. So again, Kiwi has the weakness. I don't know that pound really has the strength, but I think that could reemerge. It's an interesting chart because you're holding at that 50-period moving average, and it's triggering some of these different patterns and signals. And then I went and looked at euro pound, and euro has been so much worse than pound, and we know that those are in the same, arena, the same kind of area of the world and so forth. And if we look at it from the standpoint of Europe and Great Britain, they, of course, there was the Brexit where the British pound exited, and so they're not sharing some of that economic circumstance, and for better or worse. But if we look at this, the euro is just in this low basing pattern. So again, the pound keeps popping up for me with some bullish outlooks. If you were trading euro pound, you'd be shorting this pair, would be the expectation that it's going to break lower, that this consolidation is a sideways pattern that precedes a plunge lower. So again, you'd want to get long the pound, short the euro, shorting this euro pound pairing. So for better or worse, the pound is popping up on some buy scans. If you want to buy it against the Kiwi, if you want to buy it against the euro, those are some interesting ideas, just purely technical, nothing to do with upcoming events or anything that way. Continue to play relative strength and weakness. Look for the chart patterns and the good risk reward probability mix that really plays out for you. We'll be sending out currency recaps all week, and of course have the trading room wrap up this weekend. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next time.